Hey YouTube, this is Rasmus Smart Fan 62. It is Wednesday, April the 8th at about 6:17. In today's video, I'm here to review uh, WWE NXT Stand and Deliver. Now, if you don't know about Stand and Deliver, this is the big pay-per-view for NXT of the year. Um, it actually wasn't in Vegas like it normally was, like it was last year. This time it was at the factory in St. Louis. Um, the team of Hank and Tank, Silo Hill, Ren Sinclair beat Birthright. Now, this match overall was fun. Hank and Tank do have a lot of energy, and they are a great tag team. While I have my opinions on them, they are a great team. Silo Hill is great because he has this crazy factor to him, like he's not right in the head. And then Ren Sinclair, while she is a attractive person, she is a great technical wrestler, which you can tell she's really learned some of that from her friend Kendall Gray. Now with Birthright, they are a great heel team. A lot of them, I think all of them to a point, have family members currently or in the past who are well known in the wrestling industry. Ariana Grace's father is Santino Marella in TNA. I'm not sure about her fiance. Charlie Dempsey is William Regal's son. And there's another one in there. Lexus King is, I forgot his father's name. I'm sorry. But overall, that was a fun match. To start the show, it was the triple threat between Lola Vice, Kendall Gray, and JC Jane. Now, one of the things I liked that they did with this match was, as JC was coming out, as she was the last to enter, they showed in the background some of her famous matches, moments, sort of like what they've done with other superstars, even like for WrestleMania and all of that. And you knew something was going to kind of happen. Lola Vice is over. And the thing about it is, she's one of a few that has transitioned from mixed martial arts or someone like the UFC or something like that into professional wrestling. So while she does use some of her MMA style moves, it's not to the point of someone like Ronda Rousey or Marina Shafir or anybody like that who has transferred from UFC. Kendall Gray is great. She has really taken to the sport in such a great way. She has, I know she has like I think it's a college background, maybe high school. I'm not entirely sure. But as far as professional wrestling is concerned, she has really taken it to it. She has really made it to where, she takes it to the next level. While she is very entertaining, especially with her friend Ren Sinclair, especially when they talk about being part of the Ren QCC, Kendall is the type of person a lot of people can get behind, including myself. Lola is a person who literally never knew anything about professional wrestling and has taken to it. So this was one of the greatest matches of the show, just because of everybody was countering each other's finishes and stuff like that. Next, we have the Vanity Project defeating Los Americanos. While I personally don't like the Vanity Project, they are. Now, I will give them credit for one thing. They do make a great heel team. Unfortunately, where they fell flat is by the looks of them, they look more of the type where they can do flips and all of that compared to what they do. Now, they do flips, but not to the extent of what you think. As far as Los Americanos is concerned, they are a team who are good in the ring. And they play this character well, and you don't know when they're going to slip this like metal piece in their mask to where they can hit you with it and you. But overall, they do play this very well. The next match is Sol Ruca versus Zarya. Now, one of the things I've liked NXT has done with these two people in general has been how close they got and then their downfall. So you knew something was off when a few weeks ago, I think it was right before Madison Square Garden, Sol Ruca had a chance at Jacy Jayne's title. Zarya came in and F5'd her, and she basically said, I snatched your soul and all of that. So kind of making fun of it. So they kind of made this mini feud out of it. And it has been good. So Sol Ruca beat Zarya at Stand and Deliver. So this isn't over yet. Those two have one more match together at NXT Revenge Night 2, which is in 2 weeks. And I think that is going to be Sol Ruca's last NXT match before she goes up to SmackDown. Next, we have Johnny Gargano versus Myles Borne. Now, Johnny Gargano was the person in this. You had no clue who was coming in. You knew there was going to be a fifth participant in their match, but you didn't know it was Johnny Gargano. So Johnny Gargano pinned, I forgot who it was, to go to Stand and Deliver, thanks to his wife, Candice LeRae. Overall, this match was good. It showed the strengths of both Johnny Gargano and Myles Borne. Myles, as a character, is great because where he may not, while he may have a hard time speaking because of a birth defect, he makes it up in the ring. And this is one where they both show their strengths and weaknesses. Um, Now, one of the things I liked that they did with this going into this match was Johnny said he was Johnny Takeover. If you don't know what that means, was he was like the big thing at each takeover pay-per-views, which was before they came up with Stand and Deliver. I like that they go into that. The next match is Tatum Paxley versus Blake Monroe. Okay. This match in particular was very interesting going into it because a couple weeks ago at Madison Square Garden, Tatum Paxley had a cage match with Izzy Dame. Tatum Paxley won. As Tatum was celebrating on the top ramp, Blake Monroe opened a hatch, which he never knew even was even there, and essentially brought Tatum down the hill and grabbed Tatum's title. Then the following week, Blake was acting like, nothing ever happened. She still has the title, but, she essentially was acting like Toni Storm in AEW, kind of, minus a lot of the 50 style shenanigans. Then the week of Stand and Deliver, Tatum had a face-to-face with Blake Monroe, and Tatum essentially said, I know what type of wrestler you are. I know you're the woman from hell, but I can match your crazy. And she did. I will say, Tatum, when it comes to selling, especially when it comes to hard surfaces, is great, as she was making you believe she hurt her shoulder during a from the top rope onto the steel surface. Now, Tatum is in a small feud with Blake still, kind of. As this week on NXT, Blake pinned Tatum in their mixed tag match. So I think this means essentially they're going to fight again. I'm not sure. It's probably going to be next week, maybe, which will mean Blake will win and send Tatum up to Monday Night Raw. And the last match of the night was the fatal 5-way between Tony D, D'Angelo, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Starks. Fatal 4-way, I'm sorry. Tony D'Angelo beat Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Ricky Starks. Overall, this match in particular was great, as it showed each other's character work and how Ethan and Ricky are full of themselves and everything. Joe Hendry is super over with the crowd. And then you have Tony D'Angelo, who just came back not long ago after being out for like a year and a half. And this showed the best Tony D'Angelo has been. And this shows each other's character work and how they can work with each other. So overall, I think Stand and Deliver was a great show. I do think there was some stuff that could have been better, but overall, it was a great show.